I remember my first time going, I was really nervous about spending a week away from my dad. I was really nervous. And when I met my first counselor, she just immediately gave me this big hug and said, we're making name tags. And she was so excited. And so then I got really excited. And she was like, what's your favorite color? And I'm like, my favorite color is green. And she goes, I'm going to get you all the green markers I can. And I was just like, okay. Like immediately, I just felt so happy to be there.
Kids Camp is not only a spiritually educational environment, it is also a chance for your kid to allow their true light to shine and make connections with kids not unlike themselves.
I was a very energetic kid, and I think in most traditional areas in society, that's not something that's encouraged or celebrated, and I think it really was celebrated at Kids Camp.
Some of the most important components to that was having counselors and staff who were genuinely interested in supporting the love and the joy that children have, where it wasn't an attempt to structure camp and have these small humans fall into line and do all the right things. It was about creating a place of joy for all of the kids to be, where they didn't have to try to fit somebody else's ideal of what childhood looks like. They were allowed to be themselves.
So one of the themes from Kids Camp was be a noodle, dance your doodle, and I think that's still such a funny thing, and it's been going on in my mind. And the point of that camp was really to be yourself and trust that your inner light was there to guide you, and also that it's okay to be silly and be a noodle, and to continue to nurture that inner light is important, especially in childhood, and it has continued to impact me today.
You can just kind of be whoever you want to be at Kids Camp and feel loved and accepted fully. And so I think that's where the joy really came from for me as a child, was this place where I could go and not think that people would judge me or see me as something that I didn't want them to see me as.
It is an opportunity to learn to make connections in just an unashamed way, to be your true authentic self.
Yeah, the seeds that were planted that far back were probably like the ability to have close friendships.
The lessons that they will learn have an opportunity to just carry them through the rest of their life in such a cool way.
Kids Camp is something that kids could benefit so much from. But I really do think that the fact that my parents were willing to let me go off and experience this camp taught me so many more lessons than I think they even realized I would learn.
That genuine care for the universal perspective of a child, and to allow that to flourish, that's what's really important, I think, as a foundation for the camp.
So Kids Camp really for me was a place where I could be myself and learn that that was enough and that was important in life, and that you can go a lot of places if you just are yourself.
That's the main message, actually, is that you get a sense of peace and wholeness that sticks with you for the rest of your life.
There are few places left where kids are really allowed to be their full selves. And it's just such a wonderful place for kids to be a kid.